What's up, y'all? So I'm gonna do this one right here because they just released a series on Griselda Blanco. So I went to Colombia, man. We gonna talk about it, man. I went to Medellin. So for those who don't know, that's how you pronounce it. Looking at the way it's spelled, you wouldn't know that's how they pronounce it. But yeah, that's how they pronounce it. So I went out there. When I first landed, I remember the scenery was beautiful. I mean, leaving the airport, everything is in Spanish. And, I didn't know what to expect because I don't speak Spanish and I was on this trip by myself. Medellin, obviously, for those who've heard about Colombia, it's, rumored it has a history of violence and things like that. So you really don't know what to expect, but you just hope for the better. Once I left the airport, the driver took me to the top of this hill where I was able to film like this amazing view and everything like that. And just the drive to my hotel was beautiful, man. I really liked it, man. I stayed at this hotel. It was called the BHL Pablo or something like that. Yeah, the BHL Pablo, or Pablo Dos, something like that. But it was a dope hotel, man. It was like a condo style type of hotel where, it's maybe 6 or more floors. I can't remember how much, 13 more floors or something like that. But, it was dope, man. I went there, had a good time. Right across the street from my hotel was this mall. So I basically spent a lot of time walking around the mall, eating food. And it was crazy because, not a lot of people there speak English. So I basically had to go to the restaurant and they were kind of laughing because I couldn't understand what they were saying. And I basically had to, point out the food. So every time I seen a lady when I was coming in to get food, we just started laughing at each other because we knew it was about to be, kind of hard to understand each other. But yeah, it was pretty good, man. The food was good as hell. Like I said, people were friendly, man. I'm thinking, people gonna be looking at me funny. Not one person even, made me feel uncomfortable. I felt safe the whole time I was out there walking around. And one thing I realized is it's a lot of slim people out there. There's not a lot of fat people, They're very slim and everybody smell like cologne, man. I mean, they really big on, smelling good. So, I had to buy me some cologne from out there. I bought back some cologne and everything. But yeah, man, they had a restaurant on top of the hotel. And the hotel, the food was pretty basic, Spanish food, stuff like that. It was pretty good. I only really ate breakfast there. So while I was out there, I went on this tour. It's the Pablo Escobar tour. So for those who don't know, Pablo Escobar, he is the richest gangster / drug dealer that ever lived. And basically, he was a guy that was obviously, to his enemies, he was ruthless. But to the people, Colombia, he tried to be, a very generous man. So basically, you learn a whole lot about him. He was rumored to have made $30 billion or be worth $30 billion in the course of his, career and everything. And the driver just picks you up. He takes you on his ride, and you get a chance to see, Colombia, Medellin. And he tells you, about a lot of stuff that happened back in the day. He also goes on to tell you that, it's not really dangerous anymore. Back in the day, people thought you could get kidnapped and all that type of stuff. He was like, nah, it's really all that type of stuff is really not existent. Well, at least that's what he told me at the time when I was out there. I went out there in 2022. So the first stop is this area that he take you to. And it's really the slums, man. But basically, you learn that this whole area was nothing but land. And Pablo Escobar actually built a whole neighborhood, brought in construction and built all the buildings and everything out there and basically moved in the poor people and let them live there rent-free. So the whole area basically was, built by Pablo Escobar. That's how much money he had, man. He had numerous properties from what the guy was explaining. He had over 200 properties and maybe even more than that. Basically say he wouldn't stay at the same property for more than a day or two, because at a certain point he was on a run and, had to switch locations pretty often. But yeah, man, I'm in the middle of this neighborhood. We're actually walking on foot. So it's kind of dope. It's a dope experience because you don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, this guy's telling you it's no crime, but you still like, you got a real good, a reputation for crime. So it's kind of crazy. And then at one point, we were walking through this alleyway of stairs that's in between these people's houses and everything. And their doors is open, man. People can see you there in the living room chilling. And you're just walking through their neighborhood. And at one point, the guy leaves me there by myself. He had forgot something in the car, so it was just a crazy experience because when he walked away to run back down the stairs and turn the corner and go to his car, I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, I'm in the middle of Medellin by myself. Like, you know what I mean? But it was dope, man.